Is Donald Trump a great diplomat or is he just a bully? Do you think Trump is a bully? Or do you think he's a great man? Like, his strategy works for weak people. You know, you need to move people. Sometimes you need to push people to get them to do things. I don't know if you've ever lived with somebody like that, who never cleans after themselves, who never get things right. And you need to push them. Hey, please do this. Hey, do that. Have you ever heard that? Or employees that you need to constantly, have you ever experienced that? They're not a bad person. They're just, lazy thinking, lazy-minded. Unfortunately, that's the reality. If you ever had to tell somebody to clean after themselves because, well, is Trump that type of person, perhaps? Is he the person that the world needs right now? Because he pushes people, you know, he's blatant, he's strong. Or can he be too strong for everybody's good? Well, Donald Trump has a plan. He has a plan for Gaza. You remember Gaza? This is Gaza. You know, mayhem is happening in Gaza, and people of Gaza have been bombed for the past, I don't know how many months. Bad. Now, Trump wants to move people from Gaza into Egypt and Jordan. You believe that? Like, he wants to move people from Gaza into Egypt and Jordan and empty Gaza, rebuild Gaza. He has projects of villas and apartments and nice beaches. Then what's going to happen next, we don't know. Are they going to come back to Gaza or not? I mean, they belong there, not there. Now, imagine your country is at war or whatever that happened. You've been bombed. Then you're being told you need to go by force to the next country so that the foreign nation can come into your country and rebuild your country. So Trump said Egypt better take these guys and Jordan better take people from Gaza or else he's going to punish them.
Do you withhold aid to these countries if they don't agree to take in the Palestinians?
Yeah, maybe. Sure. Why not? You mean if they don't agree? If they don't agree, I would conceivably withhold aid, yeah.
You know, everything about Trump is, I'm going to punish you. You're going to do this or I'm going to punish you. The king of Jordan has gone to Washington. Abdullah II of Jordan reiterates his firm opposition to Trump's plan for Gaza. Received by Donald Trump at the White House, King Abdullah II of Jordan reiterated his firm opposition to the President of the United States' plans to move the population of Gaza to his territory and to Egypt. For his part, Trump does not budge and continues to defend his decree real estate plan in Gaza emptied of its inhabitants. My brother, okay. Gaza emptied of its inhabitant. So your nation or your little town or your little city or your capital or your region is going to be empty of your people because you've been through mayhem. And then somebody named Trump is going to come and rebuild. But in the meantime, you're going to a foreign land, okay, without your consent. They're sending you to Egypt. They're sending you to Jordan. So me, Donald Trump, I can come to the country and build. For who? Question mark. Trump said he plans to cut aid from Egypt and Jordan if they don't listen. Okay? So if you don't allow these refugees in your country, I'm going to cut aid from you. Nyash. I'm just kidding. If you don't allow these people in your country, I'm going to cut aid from you. Trump plans to cut aid to Egypt and Jordan if they refuse to welcome Gazans. Crazy stuff, you hear that? While Donald Trump wants to move Gazans to Jordan and Egypt as part of his plans for the Gaza Strip, Amman and Cairo do not want to hear about it. In the hopes of forcing them to accept, the American president declared this on Monday, that he would perhaps stop the aid paid to them by the United States of America if the two countries persist in their refusal to welcome the Palestinians from Gaza. My brother, I don't know. What is this aid? Don't you see that this aid looks like the manipulation now? Like, you're going to do things the way I want you to do it, or I cut the aid. Like, Uganda, you're going to do things the way I want, or I cut the aid. You know, South Africa, you're going to do what I want to do, or I'm going to cut the aid. Like, what is this now? I mean, let me reiterate this. People live in Gaza, they're called Gazans. They've been bombed, you know that, by the country you don't name. If you name them, YouTube will just slow down your video and nobody's going to watch it. After being bombed for so many months and having all their houses destroyed, Donald Trump now says, oh, we need to move them out the country so we can come in and rebuild.
The U.S. will take over the Gaza Strip, and we will do a job with it, too. We'll own it and be responsible for dismantling all of the dangerous unexploded bombs and other weapons on the site, level the site and get rid of the destroyed buildings, level it out, create an economic development that will supply unlimited numbers of jobs and housing for the people of the area. Do a real job, do something different. Just can't go back. If you go back, it's going to end up the same way it has for 100 years.
Would you leave your country to allow Trump to rebuild? I don't know about that. Is Donald Trump a great man that's just trying to do good things? Or is he a bully? I don't know. I'm just trying to find out here because when Trump announced the pausing of U.S. aid worldwide, 2 countries were not concerned about that.
When you look at USAID, that's a fraud. The whole thing is a fraud. Very little being put to good use. Every single line that I look at in terms of events and transactions is either corrupt or ridiculous.
There was Egypt and the country you don't name. Okay? So everybody else would not profit from US aid except Egypt and the country you don't name. Now you understand why Egypt was spared. Because they wanted to negotiate with Egypt to make sure Egypt accepts people from Gaza. Now, in case Egypt refuses to accept people from Gaza, they're not going to get the aid. So you see the leverage. Now, Trump has done many things since he's in power, okay? Yeah, one of them, he wanted the Panama Canal, okay? That's very important.
And above all, China is operating the Panama Canal, and we didn't give it to China. We gave it to Panama, and we're taking it back.
Look at the map. This is Panama Canal. Panama Canal is one of the most critical waterways on the planet, providing a shortcut between the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. It is estimated each year around 5% of global trade passes through the canal locks. So Trump wants that to be America. For what? Trump also wants Greenland to be incorporated into America. And the Danish people are not happy about that.
Greenland is necessary, not for us. It's necessary for international security. You have Russian boats all over the place. You have China boats all over the place, warships.
The Europeans are very angry. Macron spoke about it. I mean, they've been very weak, but they're not happy about that.
Dear President Trump, listen very carefully. Greenland has been part of the Danish kingdom for 800 years. It's an integrated part of our country. It is not for sale. Let me put it in words you might understand. Mr. Trump, f*** off.
Greenland have been controlled by the Danish government for 600 years. And now Trump said, no, for security reason.
Greenland is not for sale. The United States is our absolute closest ally, and we want to work closely with them in all defense and security questions. It is also regarding the North Atlantic, where tensions are rising. We have a clear interest in that it is the United States that plays a large role in the area, and not, for example, Russia or other countries. But Greenland is for the Greenlandic people.
For national security, we're taking it over. Hey, for national security, we're chasing you out. You're going back to Brazil. Hey, for national security, you're going back to Nigeria. And you're not getting the visa for 20 years. You can eat a goosey or no bono soup in Nigeria. Please don't send any of those videos of yours. No, we don't want to see it. Netflix sent you $1 million to make videos, but you're using only $10,000 to make videos. You eat all the money. Please don't come to America anymore. I mean, for national security. Crazy stuff. Donald Trump promised the world that as soon as he got into office, the very next day he's going to end the war in Ukraine. It's not done yet. It's not done yet.
If I were president, and I say this, I will end that war in one day. It'll take 24 hours. I know Zelensky well. I know Putin well. I would get that ended in a period of 24.
You can break that deal.
100%. It would be easy. That deal would be easy.
Is Donald Trump a scam? Now, we know he's a great businessman. You know, he's got all the money in the world. He must be smart to have that and to develop things he's developed. But can you really translate your business acumen and skills into politics and geopolitics? Question mark. Let me know how you feel about this. It's a great pleasure. Should the Gazans leave? Should they say, okay, because you're strong, let's just leave? Or it comes a time in life where you say, you know what, you're going to kill us. Like, if somebody want to slap your mother in front of you and because they have big muscles, you just look at them and say, okay, sorry, the guy's got big muscle, he's going to break my jaw. Let him beat my mother or touch him. No, I'm not going to accept that. God bless.